First of all, thank you for coming. And what I want to talk to you about today is who I am. And to start off, I want to tell you a little story. About a year and a half ago, I went to pick up my stepson from daycare. And as I went to pick him up, all of his teachers were kind of laughing at me and snickering a little bit as I walked in. I had no idea why. So I walked into his class and I went and I talked to his teacher. And apparently, when they were taking a nap, he had woken up when a toy fell off the top shelf, hit the ground, made a loud noise. As he woke up, he said, "Oh," and the next word that came out was, well, it rhymed with it. And the teacher went to talk to him about that. So what he said was, when they asked him, and this is what actually said on the note, it said, when asked, no one said that Isaiah taught him that word. And it was kind of at this point in my life where I actually knew that, yes, I was a father. So that's who I am. I knew I was a father because I knew that I would be held accountable for actually what I say now that I had a child. The three people who I think I am as a father, first of all, I think I am a teacher. Well, I know I'm a teacher. And I know I'm a student. And I also know I'm a friend. First of all, as a teacher, I think we all know as parents that we're obligated to teach our kids the right from wrong. Before I had Graham, truly I was unworldly in my interpretation of my own life, unaffected by any real significance, and then unschooled in what really mattered in my life. When he was born, my education and my knowledge of life really got put to the test because I became his teacher. And there's no greater feeling to know that you are a teacher. Just for example, when the other day, actually it's probably a few weeks ago, when I saw him first grab his bottle and he was able to actually hold it and put it in his mouth and drink by himself, I knew that I was doing something right as a teacher. Second of all, I am a student. I also learn from my children. My 5.5-month-old son, Graham, taught me a pretty important lesson the other day as I went to change him, and he decided to shower me with this lesson. And going forward after that, I knew that I should probably cover him up after I take the diaper off. We learned some pretty important lessons from our kids. And lastly, I'm a friend. I think when it comes down to it, with our children, you got to be a friend. When it comes, you got to teach them. You learn from them, but in the end, you have to be their friend. Whether being a friend means wrestling with them after you teach them how to do a double leg takedown, or being Megatron in a game of Transformers, or just simply listening to them and talking to them after they've kind of had a rough day at school. Somebody once asked me, how do I do it? How do I maintain such a busy schedule and be a student and a teacher and a friend and go to work every day? And I couldn't really come up with anything off the top of my head. So I told him a story, a kind of an African adage that we learned in wrestling, and which kind of describes how to maintain such a busy schedule. And this is what it is. Every day in Africa, the lion wakes up, and he knows that he has to catch the fastest gazelle, or he's going to starve to death. Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up, and he knows that he's got to outrun the fastest lion, or he's going to be eaten. The moral of the story is, that when you get up in the morning as a parent and as a father, you better be running. Thank you.